Who are you? Willis Gunderson, Your Grace. I'm a scientist, explorer, adventurer, and a renowned expert in treasures and artifacts of virtually every era and culture. I shouldn't have sold the coins. So many titles for a single piece of mediocrity. Sir Narthropple, you're here. What a nice surprise. Oh, really? In case you hadn't forgotten, I've been here from the start, or perhaps after the open lecture in the Fogge Logos in Absalom. You've lost not only the rest of your mind, but also your eyesight. I see your manners haven't improved since last we met. Well, happily, I no longer consider you the beacon of knowledge you once were. You can joke however you like. I'm above such discourse. The only thing that puts you above me is your size, Willis, and even that isn't so impressive for a human. Willis' face turns dark red and his eyes start to twitch. Pressing his lip tightly, he turns back to you. You don't seem like a local. Why would you keep these possessions of yours on the island on the middle of Candlemere Lake? Willis bites his lip as if caught doing something wrong. Well, you see, these aren't exactly my possessions right now. It's just I learned from the locals about the ruins of an ancient temple on the island, and everyone knows where there's a temple, there's always the hope of some treasure. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you believe that some sacred relics from the temple of an unknown deity belong to you? By what right? By the right of finding! I dug up all the stories about the temple, I hired the crew, I pointed out where to start the search. Besides, no harm done. No one ever really goes there anywhere. There aren't any volunteers. There aren't many volunteers willing to visit a cursed island. Noticing the change in your face, Willis restrains himself. I'm just talking gibberish. Heard some gossip somewhere, and here I am, spilling it all over you. The man utters a phony giggle and gulps it. It's nothing, Your Grace, just a big fat load of nothing. Some empty talk about someone sacrificing someone else there, and as for the ghostly lights, I'm sure there's a rational explanation for that. Same with the flash of light over the ruins. Which deity was the temple dedicated to? Oh, who cares? I don't know. I never asked. All I heard is that long ago the locals used to perform rituals there, dedicated to some ancient deity. Some rituals, some ancient deities. That's what I call getting into details. With deep knowledge like that, you could easily write a book. You could call this opus magnum of yours Some Encyclopedia. Magnum opus. Magnum opus. Some encyclopedia. Right. Sacrifices were offered there, and I assume we're not talking about animal sacrifices. The locals say things. Something about that being why the place is cursed. And what ghostly lights are you talking about? The lights were strange, you know? Willis frowns as if recalling something. They were brighter than fireflies and different colours. You can see them even from the shore. During the day, they're barely visible, but at night, people say they're the restless souls of those who met their deaths on the island. I failed my check. You're not sure what Willis is talking about? Maybe the island is really haunted with the spirits of the deceased. Oh, come on. I've got, 7 in this. You mentioned the flash of light over the ruins. Did you see it with your own eyes or just hear about it from someone else? I saw it with my own eyes, and just recently, almost blinded me. Half the island suddenly burst into flames. When the locals saw it, they fell to their knees and started to pray. They said that the old god had returned. Dimwits, what else would you expect from them? Says the king of Dimwits. Guess that's all I need to know about the island. What have you say, my baron? Well, tell me about those who tricked you. They were a trio hired to retrieve my possessions from Candlemere's Island. They turned out to be a bunch of tricksters. You must know the place, centre of the lake, the ancient temple ruins. They took my money, jumped in the boat, and whoosh, gone with the wind. So many days have passed, not a single word from them. And then to call themselves a paladin and a cleric. Scum is what they are. Willis stamps the crowd in anger. Can you tell me about them? A ranger, a paladin of Eori, and a cleric of Nethys, you know, that two-faced god. Frankly speaking, that one gave me the creeps from the beginning. Half the servants of Nethys are real psychos. Today they agreed to help you. Tomorrow they changed their minds at the drop of the hat. This one played his tricks on me too. A paladin and cleric who willingly took a job running errands for you. Sounds strange. You know, Your Grace, when I mentioned the old temple, they exchanged a glance like I was talking about some hidden treasure. I was such a fool. I should have realized from the start they had their own agenda. I'll try and figure this out. Praise Desna! Don't let those scoundrels leave with my treasure. If you manage to learn something new, please let me know. I'm staying at the tavern in the centre of town. That's where I'll wait for good news. Good grief. Oh wow, this is... Ooh, this is another curse. The stolen lands are full of weird places. Take the island in the middle of Candlemere Lake, for instance. It seems like just some regular remote place from afar, calm and quiet. But the local fishers all keep their boats as far away from the island as possible, and the tales of ghostly lights dancing on the island shore at night. Some say that something terrible happened at the tower long ago, something so dark and abominable that the place is still cursed. True or not, We have to explore the place anyway. It would be outrageous to have a barony with an uncharted spot in the middle of the map. I'm more inclined to think coward than hero. Trying to find out what's keeping those treasure hunters away. Map. That's not the kind of map I want, but that's fine. Fine. We'll get things sorted. Yes, traveller, blah, blah, blah. Right. Any projects? Trade agreement. We don't have the money. Because, yes. So basically, I'm assuming that the tax question is completely irrelevant. And that if you drop the taxes, you just get the money back. Basically, through, like that. Through an event. The advisor learns new nuances of their craft, becomes more efficient in their post. Oh, I don't have the money for that. I don't think I've got the money for any of these. Maybe the trade agreements? Oh, no, no, no. I need to put money in to begin those. And now I can't, because I've started rebuilding this, I now can't pillage it, which doesn't make any sense. Right, the gambler. I may as well throw you in then. And that might boost the economy. Because if I can get, no, because economy doesn't have a bonus, does it? Erg. Yeah, economy doesn't have an extra one to this. The one we want is community, which is what, so if she succeeds, then we can boost, if Valerie succeeds, then community will be up to 50, so we can probably boost that to relations, which means we'll then have a grand diplomat, which we can start, so we can start working on that. So yes. Right. What do I... Is there anything else I want to do? I mean, part of me's tempted just to kind of push on a little bit more with these. Partially just because I'm in that awkward space of time where I don't think this is going to cut particularly well. So I'm going to just skip days and just do some stuff. Oh, ancient tradition. Oh, hello. Oh, not hello. Invitation to a celebrated folk festival was delivered to the castle. I think that one makes the most sense for an ancient tradition, because he likes supporting them. So we will do that, although we've not got a good chance with it. Which doesn't make sense. Right. The locals are bored, don't know what to do. The military parade made the locals proud how strong the barony has become over the past few months. Military +4, so she can't rank yet. I've got 74 build points. I think I want to save those for other things. For the various projects we can do. Fugitive from Pitax. A runaway prisoner from Pitax, an elf convicted as leader of a dangerous gang, is hiding in the barony. Iravetti's courts are not known to be beacons of justice. Direct approach. Okay, go on. Oh, the Ancient Curses one, it's expected in 2 weeks. But I don't know what to do about it, so I think we're in trouble. Yes, it's in 2 weeks. What does it say? It's a final chance to prepare. I don't know what I'm doing! Yeah, if something pops up, maybe I'll consider it. Some foreign treasure hunters found an amazing artifact. The advisor persuaded them to hand over the unique discovery. After all, it's an integral part of the land's cultural heritage. Oh, and I didn't get this one in time. That's fine. Celebrity visit. Yes, we'll do that so that we've got something going on. So does something happen now with this good? Nope. So it's not something I've just been given and I can use. Yeah, I've got 330 rope. I don't know if that's meant to be useful. Oh, I should probably actually throw that in there, because that's probably weighing me down an awful lot. And I can throw the keys, although the keys don't weigh anything, do they? It gets rid of the space. I should probably, yeah, throw these in. Because if I get a new companion at this point, they're probably just going to get sent home. There we go, and then neaten that up. Yeah, so I'm probably not... Yeah, if I get new people, maybe, but okay. If I get a new person, they're just going to come straight back here. And then I can load them up with my stuff, in the stash anyway. You failed. Like, your whole thing is tradition! This doesn't make any sense! Right. Rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Let's try that again. Oh, but the days don't keep track. That's annoying. The general delivered an inspired speech for the citizens of the barony, saying that everyone who sets foot on these lands is free of other laws and they may count on our protection. People are excited and celebrate the general and the ruler of the stolen lands. Oh, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is now 50. Can I not level you up? No. Paizo wants to do... Okay. We'll have a chat with Amiri. See what she has to say. Well, it's me again. Our army's growing. We've got more soldiers, but not enough commanders. There aren't no clever ones among the recruits. Without good command, you can't run an army. In some armies, the officers are wizards or shaman. They might be brainy, but they don't know a thing about soldiers. But when I was in Pravoy, I seen those, sword lords, right? They look skinny, but they know their weapons, and soldiers look up to them. I think we should hire them to be commanders in our army. They'll definitely have the troops' respect. Yeah, the spellcasters. I think I would see spellcasters as almost artillery, like a separate thing, if you want them in the armed forces, like a separate thing in the army. Like, they're not officers. They have different abilities that are useful in certain ways. Yeah, sword lords, I think. Right, fine, I'll go tell the others what you said. Relations +2. And now I can level up her. Okay. That's a general. I kind of don't want to do that, though. Yeah. I don't want to... Cheap publicity. Group of bards praise the ruler for a modest fee. Songs praise the new baron will keep the peasants loyal. I could do this, but that'll take me 2 weeks, and then we get into the curse, and I want to wait for the curse. I don't know how long that's going to happen. I'm kind of surprised. I thought this was every 100 was this. Maybe it has to be over that, so it's when it's like 51. So, important essay published. An interesting article awaits in the castle. Artisan's loss. Taking residents married to distinguish themselves again within the masterpiece. I'll ask some scoundrels rob the workshop. I can't send anyone for that. Right. To the throne room for the essay. Jod looks to be puzzled and amused at the same time. Your Grace, I've brought you an extremely unusual message. It's, how should I put it, an essay on your barony. Written by Jubilos Narthropple. And published only recently. I thought you might like to see it yourself. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what he wrote. Between the bogs of the river kingdoms and the infertile clay soils of Brevoy lies the region called the Stolen Lands, a picturesque area which combines the worst features of both previously mentioned countries. It's a woodland where herds of deer, swarms of mosquitoes and gangs of bandits have their pastures, though the latter were formidably decreased in number thanks to the efforts of the local baron, a protege of the Restov sword lords who's promised to bring some semblance of order to these lands. Hoping to learn to what degree he succeeded, your faithful servant went to the Stolen Lands himself. Certainly, I preceded my visit with a letter, but mailing service in this new barony functioned with an efficiency of 0. No one came to greet me except for a horde of hungry kobolds. Here these creatures can be met way more often than guardsmen or, let's say, street cleaners. I barely managed to fight off these pests, then I narrowly have escaped drowning on the river ford. The only thing here more rarely met than a paved road is a good, well-maintained bridge. Every ruler ought to remember that the realm's roads are his face, and here they are filthy and in desperate need of good old stone. After all these misadventures, I finally reached the capital. Capital. Compared to other parts of the barony, the city looks relatively good despite the smell. I should give credit to the ruler's efforts. There's building in progress everywhere. Passing by, traders praise the Baron for eliminating the bandits and express hopes that someday he'll deal with the wildland monsters as well. I wouldn't recommend you choose this destination for your summer holiday. But if you are tough and unpretentious, if you can work hard and defend yourself, you might try your luck here. Working hands are in great demand in the capital. Also, there are plenty of jobs for sellswords and free adventurers. After all, the local Baron used to be one of them not so long ago. As for me, I guess I'll stay here for a while to watch how the new barony grows. If I don't drown in some swamp, become a snack or for some owlbeast, or die of dysentery, we will meet in the next issue. I wonder if I can talk to Jubilost about it. Right, we got another thing that's popped up. Oh, that's just that. Oh, is that it? Okay, so there's nothing else there. I think I'm going to wait and see what happens with Valerie. One of those... Oh, right, so she's gained 5 community and 2 loyalty from that? Oh, I'll definitely... Right. Okay, Councillor awaits. This will be Valerie, won't it? Oh, is she now going to say that I need a new person? Because that will be one of the kingdom quests. Oh, no. I'm highly disappointed. I bring bad news from your subjects. Today one of your citizens stopped me in the street and asked me to tell you something of import. You see, one of the traders who today sells important specialties in the capital has not always led an honest life. Under the Stag Lord, he helped the bandits sell stolen goods. For a percentage, of course. This scoundrel was far from the fort on the day you struck the decisive blow against the Stag Lord and his band, and today he continues trading in plain view of those he recently helped rob. I never rush to judgment, but you must at least arrest this merchant to question him and give him a chance to repent. Think of those who see him in the street every day, walking free and unpunished for his crimes. The people appeal to you for justice, Baron. Forget about this, why don't you make your own decision? Yeah, arrest the merchant immediately. He'll answer for selling stolen goods, even if it happened before my time. I shall order that this merchant be detained. Of course, we'll fully investigate all these rumours and get to the truth before we judge him. Community +2, economy -3. But I think that's still the right thing to do. Oh, flip. Now I need to level up Valerie. And I just said I didn't want to do leveling up. Oh no, that's Tristian. No Valerie. Okay. So we'll come back to this at the beginning of the next session. And we'll have another look at that. Or I'll forget, one of the two. We have got the curse coming up, so I don't want to just level people up. I would have thought we would have been leveling up community, ranking that up, and then we would have gained access to all that stuff, but apparently not. Access to a new the Grand Diplomat, but no. Alright. We'll find out, I suppose, what's going to happen with all this, and maybe even with the curse, next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.